Well, just to ask before you post them or something.
I know. Oh, we
Nancy
have
is
photo
staying-
releases signed.
Nancy's staying the whole day.
Just a normal walk through the space.
She will be. Yeah, she will.
Good. Play around with what is it like to move through the space, guiding yourself through your backspace. So what is it like to walk backwards? Without running into each other. What is it like to walk towards the left, towards the right?
Are you not joining in here?
Again, no talking.
Well, how are you going to know if it's like...
Use the whole space. Now,
That's all I'm going to tell you for now. Figure out how it happens. I don't care if you're in a landscape or something's burning, and whatever this facility is could have people there. So, okay, so it's not just something burning, there's a burning building that's paying attention. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. No talking, no talking. Pause for 1 second. Freeze. You are not burning. You are passing a building that is burning. You are in the neighborhood of a burning building. You're walking along and you see a burning building. So excuse me, hold on. Freeze. So what I'm looking for is that you take in the whole thing, that you pass it. All of you wouldn't notice at the same time in everything. You're looking at you're like, whoa, is it burning? Is it fire? Is it fire? Oh my God, it is. So let's start this from the point that you realize you're not on fire, that you see a building. And let's start again. 5,
pause.
Excuse me. Hey, tell me something. Do you all need a minute to discuss it, or something, or do I need to answer a question? Is it something that you don't understand? Okay. Well then, let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
So, no, hold on, don't discuss it, just let it happen.
Just let it happen. Yeah.
You sure?
Okay, keep saying it, Now, as you're seeing the burning building, you see that there's somebody that you know at the very top. There's somebody that you know at the top of the burning building. And go, whoever it is, it doesn't matter, as long as you know who it is, that's all that matters. And that person is very important to you. And go.
Lucky we have
Are they really burning up? Are they really in danger?
get a fire started? What are you
You don't have to discuss it. As long as you all know what you're doing in your own mind and stay in a group, that's all you have to do. Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Exactly. No, but there's no talking to. No talking to. Points, whatever you need. It's a tableau. You're just making pictures.
And freeze in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, freeze. Wow, that's interesting. Like the Matrix.
I am the one.
That's cool.
great. Are there any that you need more time to split?
What's great about Tableau work is it can take you out of your head and just allow you to start working on pictures, right? And it can give you an arc as to what this scene might look like, right? So the next step in this process would be to then start using these tableaus and using the words, and then moving through the tableaus to figure out what kind of stage picture we're creating with the actual language that we're going to be using. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
We have like 10 minutes. Do we have 10 minutes or?
Yeah.
Let's call 20.
Okay,
We
so
have-
just do it, because it would be great.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
put
So
the lines
now we can go back to our
Maybe-
groups and our sections. Or go ahead.
to it. Maybe the lines on just the fifth section.
2. 3. 4. Easily 5.
Yeah! Get out of each other's way, that is beautiful.
Tableau 2. 3. 4. And easily 5.
Easy.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Tableau 3.
Yeah.
Tableau 4. Tableau 5.
Yeah. Whoa!
D. Group D.
You guys went for it, wow. We gotta bring it, right? Oh, yeah.
Tableau 1. Take 2 for Tableau 1. Go. Tableau 2. Tableau 3.
This one's very West Side Story.
Tableau 4. Tableau 5, 4, 3, 4.
I was actually hurt.
All right, try this again, but very carefully.
Can I just back up for 1 second? You guys, so Tableau 5, take what you've done and give it space. It'll look so much better.
Yeah, remember your audience is over here.
And make sure that we can at least see part of your face. You guys are such a present.
So we'll just do it again. Everybody ready? Tableau 1.
Now you're bunching up again. You don't even need to bunch up. Sorry. Two people can bunch up, but the rest of you need to tell the
Do
story.
whatever you're doing with this hand in hand. All right, so Tableau 1.
Yeah.
Tableau 2. Tableau 3. Tableau 4.
Much better.
And mucho easy. Tableau 5. There we go again. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so
Tableau 1. Go. Tableau 2. Go. Tableau 3. Go. Tableau 1. Tableau 2. Tableau 3. Beautiful. 10 seconds for Tableau 4. 10,
Like, I'm already in.
9, 5, 4, 1, freeze.
Thank you, I don't have a pen. I have in my bag, in the.
Okay, Tableau 1. Tableau 2. Tableau 3. Tableau 4.
can we do 1 through 4 again? So starting at 1, Okay. Tableau 1 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tableau 2 in 5, 4, 3, and you got it. Tableau 3, 5, 4, 3, 2. 4. And tableau 4 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so great. So now all of the groups, except if you remember, we divided into 6 groups. So we're going to watch the tableaus of each group really quickly. And then the 5th tableau, you're going to do on the spot. Okay?
So let's do this.
Bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir. Sir, if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No, better.
Yeah. Group F.
Yeah. Switching it up. ABF.
Two of you be men. Gregory, remember thy swashing blood.
Group A.
Guys, remember, with soft
Do you quarrel, sir? Quarrel, sir? No, sir. If you do, sir, I serve, no, if you do, no, I'm saying it wrong. If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you. No better.
I know, sir.
Group F.
They weren't ready.
Okay, then that would E. Here we go.
Do you quarrel, sir? Quarrel, sir? No, sir. If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve you as a good man. No better.
Alright, good. Is that our last group?
Yep.
No, D.
Oh, I thought that was.
Okay, wait.
Matt Furman, please come to the office. Matt Furman, please come to the office.
Very good.
Be careful you don't kill yourself on that piece of paper.
I'll try.
Drive you be men. Gregory, remember your splashing blow.
Yeah! Alright,
Really great. That you all give yourself a hand. Really great. And when you were watching, because in this instance, watching really is as important as doing, because you can notice some of the things that you saw that didn't work, and particularly they don't work when you bunch up too close, because even though it's a confrontation, there's a confrontation can happen from way over here.
Right.
And the levels, when you use levels, the groups that use levels were really successful. So keep that in mind as you go forward and have fun, because the groups that everybody that had fun looks fantastic.
and it's a great reminder that although we're all using the same material, it's going to be completely different.
Yeah, yeah.
And it can work.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Act 2, Scene 5. This is a farm.
On my way, Senior Fabian.
All right, I'll come. If I lose a scruple on the sport, let me be boiled to death and that'll come.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the niggardly, rascally sheep fighter come by some notable shame?
How would exult, man? You know, he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we will fool him black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not, it's a pity our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my men of India?
Get you up there into the box ring. That bullet is coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun, practicing his behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe her for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close, in the name of jesting. Lie thou there, for here comes the child that must be caught with tickling.
Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Marie once told me she did affect me. I've heard herself come this near that should she fancy it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. Oh, what should I think on it?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. Look how he jets under his advanced plans.
Slide, I could so beat the rogue. To be Count Malvolio.
Oh, rogue.
Pistol. There was example for it. The way you have distractedly married the human of the word world.
Fly on him, Jezebel, oh peace! Now he's deeply in. Look how his imagination grows.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state, calling officers about me, in my blanket velvet gown, having come from a daybed, while I've left Olivia, sweet her.
No, peace.
And then, to have the humor of state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them, I know my places, I would they should do theirs, to ask for my kinsman. Toby!
Oh, peace. Now.
7 of my people with an obedient spout make out for him. I frowned a while, but can't wind up my watch or play with some withdrew. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
The door sounds be drunk most of the cars. Peace.
Extend my hand to him, thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And does not Toby take you a blow of the lips, then?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece, grant me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness!
Patience! We break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste treasures of your time with a foolish man.
That's me there, weren't you?
One, Sir Andrew.
Which was I to call me a fool?
What employment have we here?
Now it's a good cock near the gym.
Oh, peace, in the spirit of humor's intimate reading aloud to him.
By my life, this be my lady's hand. These be her very seas, her ewes, her peas, and this next year her great peas. She's in contempt to question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, her T's, why that?
To the unknown beloved, yes, and my dear wishes, her very phrases. By your leave, wax. Soften the impression of her Lucrece with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This one's liver and all.
Jove knows how well, but who? Lips do not move. No man must know. No man must know. The numbers altered, no man must know. If this should be thee, Malvolio,
Mary, hang thee, broth.
I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife, with blood to stroke, my heart doth gore. Moe I to sway my life.
How flushed you?
Excellent lunch they are.
M-O-A-I to sway my life. Now, first, let me see.
What dish of poison is she dressed in?
And with what wing the Staniel checks at it.
Why? You may command where I adore. She may command me, I serve her, she is my lady. This is evident any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. In the end, what should that alphabetical position portend? I can make it resemble something in me. Softly, M-O-A-I.
Oh, aye, make up that. He is at a cold scent.
Sour cry upon it for all this, though it be rank as a fox.
M. begins my name.
Did I not say you would work it out? The choir is excellent at false.
M. But then, there is no constancy in a sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry. Oh.
And an I comes behind.
Aye, and if you had an eye behind you, you might see more distraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
The simulation is not as the former, yet quite less wittily would bow to me. For every one of these letters were in my name. Oh, soft here, fellows, prose. If this should fall into thy hands, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Oh, thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirits embrace them, and, to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a king's man, surly with servants, with thy tongue tang arguments of state, put thyself into the twick of singularity. He thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and which could see thee ever cross-gartered? I say, remember. Go to, thou art made if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, fellow of servants not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Oh, farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champion discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read poets and authors. I will battle Sir Toby. I will watch off-one's acquaintance. I will be point devise the very man. I do not now fool myself to what imagination laid me, for every reason excites to this. That my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings and weights. She did praise my legs being cross-gartered. And in English, she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these habits of her liking. Oh, I thank my stars. I am happy. Oh, I will be strange, stacked in yellow stockings, and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Oh, whew. Though my stars be praised, here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not know, but know who I am. If thou entertainst my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well, therefore in my presence still smile. Dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have of me.
I will not give my part of the sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophie.
I could marry this wench for this.
So could I, too.
I'd ask no other dowry with her, but such another jest.
Nor I either. Oh, here comes our noble bill-catcher.
What does set thy foot on my neck?
Or mine either.
Or shall I play freedom at trade trip and become thy bondslave?
I think or I either.
Why, that is going to be such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run back.
Oh, need but say true does it work upon him.
Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
Oh, you will then see the fruits of the sport. I'll mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and become a chivalrous, and cross-guard, a fashion she detests, and will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tarha, that most excellent devil in wit.
I'll make one too.
First off, round of applause. That was awesome. Very, very good. Now before we make,
Yeah, before we kick you out of here, we just wanted to make some comments and just again, whatever we say is our point of view, right?
Yeah.
Art is very subjective in a lot of ways, and although this is a competition, quote unquote, it's still all very subjective. So you should all be extremely proud of the work that you've all done, because it was extremely creative and really, really fun to watch, and for different reasons. So it's a really tough thing for us to have to.
Yeah, so we're just going to make just a few general comments.
Yeah.
So one thing is make sure when you are going from your intro to going into your scene, we don't need like a countdown now, curtain, but definitely give us like a clear, this is a segue, take your time into going into, because we're like, oh, okay, we don't want to miss anything, because you have a lot going on in your intros, you have a lot going on in your scenes. So I would say just slow that down a little bit.
Yeah, I would say even also within the scenes, like don't rush what you're doing I know sometimes part of this is nerves too, right? Like the nerves kind of play into this. But making sure that each of those moments are really crisp and specific.
Yeah, and I think positive, great use of the chairs for everyone.
Yeah.
I was reading that, I was like, ooh, what are they going to do with the chairs?
Yeah.
That was very exciting, the different levels that you had with it. Great job, great setting up your scenes by using the chairs. And that can be very hard, because we all go to Broadway shows. Thank you.
Yeah.
We all go to Broadway shows, we see these elaborate sets, but it is a lot of fun when you're in a space like this, when you only have a few prop pieces. What can you do with it? How do you bring your audience into the scene? And I think both groups did that extremely well.
And this is very true in terms of like Shakespeare in their time. I mean, they didn't have all the fancy gadgets that we have today. So yeah, I thought it was really exciting to see the use of the chairs and the levels, and then the use of moving the chairs at times. Like it was really fun.
It was really funny. Another thing, just think about if your character goes out and then comes back in, or just comes in, why? You have your emotional arc. So what were you doing beforehand that brought you into the scene? And let that affect what you're doing and how you're reacting to it. And if you go off stage, you come back on. Why are you coming back on? There's always a reason. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and Shakespeare's also about, and you guys all did this to an extent, sharing certain things with the audience. So if you ever have moments, if you're the group that goes on and you get to do this again, those moments where you are able to share certain things to the audience, definitely make use of those.
Yeah. I think.
Well, welcome all to the SCR scene from... Wait, what scene are we doing again?
12th night.
Right, 12th night.
But first, we want to wish everyone a happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes. Here's to the Irish.
Raise a glass of poteen.
Here's to Bill Shakespeare.
And here's to our scene.
And it's
No,
nay, never. No, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more.
I've been the wild rover for many's a year, and I spent all my money on whiskey and beer, and now I'm returning with golden great score, and I never will play the wild rover no more.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more.
Will I play the wild rover?
No, never, no more.
Come that way, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come if I lose a scruple of this sport. Let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the niggardly, rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we will full in black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not, it is pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my medal of India?
Get you all three into the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun, practicing behavior to his own shadow for this past half hour. Observe him, for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close, in the name of jesting. Lie thou
trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Marie once told me she did affect me. I have heard herself come thus near that. Should she fancy it should be one of my complexion? Besides, she uses me with more exalted respect than anyone else that should follow her. Should I think on it?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. Now he jets under his advanced plume.
Slight it, so beat the road.
Should we count Malvolio?
Rogue!
Pistol.
Peace.
There's example for it. The lady of the strat, she married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fine on him, Jezebel.
Oh, peace. Now he's deeply in it. Look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state.
Oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye.
Calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone.
Peace.
And to have the humor of state, and after a more travel of regard, telling them I know my place, as I would they should do theirs, to ask for my kinsman, Toby.
Bolts and shackles.
Peace. No, man.
7 of my people with an obedient star to make out for him. I frown the while, perchances wind up my watch or play with some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Though our silence be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile, with an austere regard of control.
Does not Toby take you a blow of the lips then?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your knees, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Up, scab!
May patience regret the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasures of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warn you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
Now is the woodcock near the
Oh, peace and the spirits of humor intimate reading aloud to him.
'Tis my lady's hand. These be the very C's, her year, her U's, her T's, and thus make she her great P's. She is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, her T's? Why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes, her very phrases. By your leave wax soft, and the impressure her Lucrece with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady! To whom should this be?
And this wins and liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move. No man must know. No man must know. What follows? The number is altered. If this should be thee, Malvolio.
Mary hate thee, Brock.
I may commend where I adore, but silenced like a Lucrece knife. With bloodless strokes my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I just sway my life.
A fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I just sway my life. Nay, but first let me see.
Dish of poison that shall you rest in.
And with what wing the Staniel checks at it.
I may commend where I adore. She commands me. She is my lady. I serve her. This is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. But the ending, what should that alphabetical position pretend to? If I could make that resemble something in me, softly, M-O-A-I.
Oh, I made that up. He's now at a cold scent.
Soder will cry upon us for all this, though it be as rank as a fox.
M. Malvolio, why? That begins my name.
Did I not say you would work it out? The cur is excellent at faults.
M. But then there's no consonancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but oh, God!
And shall end, I hope.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh.
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and you had an eye behind you. You might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the form it. To crush it a little, it would bow to me. For every one of these letters are in my name. Softly, here follows prose. If this letter fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great. Some achieve greatness. and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands. Let thy blood and spirits embrace them. Cast thy humble slaw and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, who wished to see thee cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servant, not worthy to touch the fortune of things. Farewell. She that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Champion and discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will baffle Sir Tobia. I will wash off gross acquaintances. I will read politic authors. I will be point devise the very man. In this letter, she manifests herself to my love, and in this injunction, describes her habits of my liking. I will be strange. I will be stout, cross-gartered, yellow stockings, even with the swiftness of being put upon. Here's yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose, but know I love. If thou wish to entertain my love, let it show in thy smiling. Therefore, in my presence, smile. Jove, I thank thee! I will smile! I will do all thou wilt have me!
I would not give my part of this sport for pensions of thousands to be paid for by the Suffy.
I could marry this wench for this device.
So can I too.
And ask with her no other dowry, but such another jest.
Nor I neither. Ah, here comes my noble gull-catcher.
Will thy set thou foot on my neck?
Oh, mine either.
Shall I play my freedom and trade trip and become thy bond slave?
In faith, I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream, that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad. Nay, but say true, does it work upon him? Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
Oh, he will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests, and he will smile upon her. She'll be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me!
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
And it's no, nay, never.
No, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. You're welcome.
So, first of all, I want to congratulate everyone again for a job well done this morning. This is not easy. And really, sitting in the judge's chair was very difficult. And you should, I said it in our session earlier with Basil that, you know, it's not cliche to say that everyone's a winner in theater because we're creating, and it's really hard to say, oh, one is better, one is not as good. But, you know, unfortunately in the competition, we have to pick someone. But the idea now is that we're going to learn together and create art together. So, to me, Shakespeare's language is musical. It's almost like singing. How many of you sing or play instruments or? Okay, so a lot of you. So when you read music, let's just for a second take a marker here. You have a staff, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take another one. Right. So, let's see. Let's see common time. So we know, what did you say about
There's
this?
4 beats per line if it's in a 4/4 time signature.
What else do we know?
There's a treble, clef, and a bass.
Okay, so this
I
is
can't see
treble.
it from here, I'm very bad at it.
Sorry, okay, so we've got a treble clef, so what does that tell us?
It's the notes above middle C.
Right, okay. What else do we see on here?
Lines.
Which means?
Mezzo forte?
Mezzo forte, which means?
Wow.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of something.
Sort of normal.
Yeah. Cast, what did you say? You said
I said
what?
wow.
No, you said something else.
All right, maybe I misheard. Mezzo means somewhat.
Forte means like
Forte means
Loud.
loud.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Right. So we know how we're supposed to sing it. We know, what's flat and sharp. We know all of that because we have our score, right? So before I ever perform anything, but especially Shakespeare, I want to take the script, and oftentimes to help me memorize and to help me figure it out, I actually type it all into the computer and print up a prompt book for myself where I can make all kinds of notes, where it's bigger because I'm 40 and my eyes are bad, and I can do all kinds of things to it that there's not room in the script to do. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to score our script. So anyone recognize this speech?
Yes. I can't see it.
Yes.
Tell me.
Oh, yeah.
So it's but song. It's the song.
It's Romeo and
It's
Juliet.
Right. The balcony scenes in Romeo and Juliet. Right? Possibly one of the most well-known scenes and speeches in Shakespeare, right? So I wanted to use something specifically that you might already be familiar with to try to keep it nice and simple. So there's a couple of ways that we attack a piece when we're trying to figure out how to score it. And when we do this, it's going to give us the rhythm of our speech. It's going to pick out the pieces that are important, that are less important. Sometimes when we're doing Shakespeare, we feel like if we speak really fast, we'll sound like we know what we're doing, right? And sometimes you do, but sometimes you're speaking fast for no reason, right? And this is what's going to help us do it. So tell me a little bit about what you know about the rhythm of Shakespeare. It's usually written in iambic pentameter. What does that mean?
So it means that there are 10 beats per line, and they're in these groups of 2. The pentameter is like the little feet, and so it's like da 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 da. And if it's something like it doesn't have to rhyme, but if it's like a sonnet, then every other line rhymes, and then it ends with a couplet where they both.
Okay. So iambic pentameter is the most common, and I heard you say foot. So what's a foot?
Pentameter. I think it's like they're the two parts of the little beats. It's 5 beats of the little beat.
Right, so we have 10 beats or syllables in a line, and it's broken up into 5 feet. So we have 2 syllables in each foot, right? So I'm going to take my orange marker so that you can see the difference. And we're going to, but soft is our first beat, right? Our first foot. What light? Through yawn, der wind, der breaks, right? So the feet aren't always split up by words. Right? It is the east. And here's the tricky part. This is how old Billy Shakes likes to keep us on our toes, right? How many syllables is Juliet?
3.
Right, not with Shakespeare.
It's 2.
And Juliet is the sun, right? So now we have our 10 beats, right? So the cool thing about Shakespeare's work is that sometimes he breaks his own rules and like Juliet, even though that's really 3 syllables, we have 2. And sometimes he just makes up his own word, right? He's credited with making up over like 1,000 different words.
Oh, I got some of those words that we use today. Hold on. All right, here we go. Some of our modern day words from Shakespeare are noiseless, zany, courtship, puking, cold-blooded, and bedazzled, which is my favorite one.
Swagger.
What's another one?
Swagger.
Swagger. What are other ones?
It's not necessarily that he invented these words, but this is the first recorded use of them in writing.
Eyeball. Yeah. Any other ones?
Right. That's a good point.
Can I say that again?
That's actually a very good point.
It's not necessarily that he invented these words or just totally made them up, but his plays are the first time that they were used in writing. So they could have just been colloquial words from that time period, and he was the first one to write them down in something formal.
So he gets credit for it, There's a school of thought that maybe Shakespeare didn't write everything that we
But
think
he
Shakespeare
did.
wrote. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. We're going to go with the fact that he wrote it only because this is what we're doing today, right? So we'll keep going, right? Arise, fair sun, and kill the, this is another one, envious moon, right?
Yes, push it together, it makes me work.
Who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art fair, far more fair than she. Okay? So, we talked about iambic pentameter as that dot, 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 right? And this is a great example of iambic pentameter. And to illustrate that, we have our stressed syllable and our unstressed syllable. I'm sorry, our backwards.
Yeah. Stressed and unstressed.
Sorry.
Stressed me
All
out.
right. What soft, what light, through yonder window breaks. Right? So this little U-y thing is our unstressed. The line is our stress, right? Now, what if we wanted to change that? Can we?
What's off? Why not?
As long as you change everything?
Sounds like a good question.
You can change whatever you want, right? The trick is to make a choice, right? So I might want to say, it is the east, right? Or I could choose to say, it is the east, but you have to decide in your mind which one tells the story more clearly, right? Now, I might think that it is the east is more clear, and you may think it is the east sounds more clear. It's your job as an actor or a director to make that choice, right? What we don't want to do is just sort of talk, right, and let the choice be made for us. So we really want to take a look at it and figure out the best rhythm for it. Now, who knows what it's called if instead of unstressed stress, we did stress unstressed?
Backwards.
It is backwards from iambic pentameter. No, look, all right. I'll fill you in, okay? It's called trochaic pentameter, right? So an I am.
Oh, it's even though I am and
Yeah.
I am and proche.
Right. Trochaic.
Right?
So an I am, and I'm sorry if my board here is a little uneven. It's the unstressed stress. I am. Trochaic, right? And some Shakespearean pieces have a trochaic attack where the first foot is a trochaic. You know, like, I guess, butt soft doesn't really sound like it makes sense, but I could decide that I wanted to do that. And then it goes right into I am after that, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that you can do whatever you want as long as you're making a conscious choice. Okay? So before I would attack this piece, I would want to speak it out loud and then score it, like I've done here. Now, what other what other things do we do when we speak?
Pause.
We pause, right? So sometimes pauses are indicated by punctuation. So there's an exclamation point right here, right? But soft, right? What does an exclamation point indicate? Someone who hasn't said anything yet? Crickets, crickets. An exclamation, right? It means something is exciting, right? Not, oh gee.
That works. Do you know what his voice is?
Trees and statues. Or so Malvolio thought, till he crossed 4 pranksters, fair friends of booze. Sir Toby, Sir Andrew, and Fabian their third wheel.
aided by Maria, the most excellent devil of wit, who forges a letter in the hand of Malvolio's Achilles heel, Olivia, who does not like Malvolio, not one bit. His self-centered and delusional eyes will shield him from the truth. I mean, by Jove, even the statue can see it. But he will find that letter to be something more precious than the fountain of youth, falling deeper and deeper into the prankster's pit. Allow them these few moments of time and watch their fine display of crime. Ladies and gentlemen, Buria High School representation of William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, Act 2, Scene 5. Enjoy.
Come thy way, Signor Fabian. Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Would thou not be glad to have that niggardly, rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know, he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we will fool him black and blue. Shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not in his pity of our lives.
Here comes a little villain. How now, my medal of India?
Get all you three into the bus tree. Malvolio is coming down this walk. He's been yonder in the sun, practicing behavior of his own shadow this half hour. Observe him, love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close in the name of jesting. Lie thou there, for here comes the trap that must be caught with tickling.
Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I've heard herself come thus near that should she fancy it would be one of my complexion.
Here's an overweening rogue. Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. How he jets into his advanced bloom.
Slight, I got you. Beat the rogue. Peace, peace. Oh. To be Count Malvolio.
Rogue.
Pistol him. Peace. Oh. There is example on it. The lady of Stretchy married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Oh, fie on him. Jezebel. Oh, peace. Now he's deeply in.
Look how imagination blows him. Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state.
Oh, for a stone bow.
To hit him in the eye. Calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown. Having come from a day bed where I left Olivia.
Fire, Grimstone!
Peace. And then to have the humorous state and after demure travel of regard, telling them, I know my places, I would they should do theirs. To ask for my kinsman, Toby.
Pull the shackles!
Peace. 7 of my people with an obedient start make out for him. I frown the while, and perchance wind up my watch, or play with my summer jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there. To me.
So this fellow lives? Do our silence be drawn from us with cars? Yet
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And does Toby not give you a blow of the lips, then?
Same. Cousin Toby. Fortune, having cast me upon your loose, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab!
Nay, patience!
We break the sinews of our flesh.
Besides, you waste the treasure of our time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
lady's hand. These be her very seas for using her teas, and thus make she her great bees. It is in contempt of her
For C's, for U's, and for T's? Why's that?
Joe knows I love but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. The numbers altered, but followed, no man must know. Wait, if this should be V. Malvolio!
Mary hanged thee, Brock.
I may command where I adore, but silence like a lustrous knife, with blood that stroke my heart doth bore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. A Bastian riddle!
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Hey, which first? Let me see it.
What dish o' poison has she dressed?
And with what wing the Staniel checks at it? I may command where I adore. Why? She may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. There is no obstruction in this, and it is evident in any formal capacity. At the end, what should that alphabetical position pretend? If I could make it resemble something in me. M-O-A-I.
Oh, A, make up that. He is now cold sound. Thou don't require upon it for all this, though it be as rank as a fox.
Ma. Mo. Me. Ma. Malvolio, M-Y begins my name.
Did not I say he would work it out? The cry is excellent at all.
M. There's no constancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope. A, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry. Oh.
And then I comes behind.
Ah, had you any eye behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortune before you.
M-O-A-I. The simulation is not as the former. If to crush this a little, it would bow to me. For every one of these letters are in my name. Here follows prose. If this fall into thy hands, revolve. In my stars, I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some of greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands. Let thy blood and spirit embrace them. And to ignore thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. The opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang argument of state. Put thyself in the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that, sighs, remember he commended thy yellow stockings? I wish to see thee ever cross bartered, I say remember. She that would alter services with thee. Unhappy. Ooh. Daylight and champagne discovers that more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be point devised the very man. I do not now fool myself till imagination dream me, for every reason excites for this. My lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings as well. Did praise my leg being cross-gartered. And with this, she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these habits of her liking. Think my stars. I am happy. I will be strange, stout in yellow stockings, even with the swiftness of putting on. Here's a postscript. Thou canst not choose to know who I am, but if thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore in my presence still smile, my dear sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile! I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
Can they pull up on their phone or something? Okay.
Raise a glass of poteen.
And here's to Will Shakespeare.
And here's to our scene.
And no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. I've been the wild rover for many's a year, and I spent all my money on whiskey and beer. And now I'm returning with gold in great score, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more.
Come thy ways, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come if I lose a scruple of this sport. Let me be born.
Rascally sheep-fighter, come by some notable shame.
I would exult, man. You know he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we will fool him black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not. It is pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my medal of India?
Get you all three into the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun, practicing behavior to his own shadow for this past half hour. Observe him for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close, in the name of jesting. Lie thou there, for here comes the trap that must be caught with tickle.
'Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Marie once told me she did affect me. I have heard herself come thus near that, should she fancy it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that should follow her. Should I think on it?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. How he jets under his advanced plumes.
Slide, I could so beat the road.
To be Count Malvolio?
Rogue!
Pistol him, pistol him!
There's example for it. The lady of the strat, she married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Ah, find him, Jezebel. Peace, now he's deeply in it, and look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state.
Oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye.
Calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone.
Peace. And to have the humorous state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place, as I would they should do theirs. Task for my kinsman, Toby.
Bolts and shackles.
Oh, peace, now.
7 of my people, an obedient start make out for him. I frown the while, perchances wind up my watch or play with, some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Though our silence be drawn from us with cards, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile, with an austere regard of control.
And does not Toby take you a blow of the lips then?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab!
Nay, patience, or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasures of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warn you.
One, Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many to call me fools.
Now is the woodcock.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, her T's, and thus make she her great P's. It is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, her T's, why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my capricious, her very phrases. By your leave, wax, soft, and the impressure her Lucrece with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady! To whom should this be?
This wins him liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move. No man must know. No man must know. And what follows? The number is altered. No man must know. If this should be thee, Melville.
Mary, hang thee, Brock.
I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucretian knife. With blood that stroke my heart doth gore, M-O-A-I doth sway my life. fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I does sway my life. Nay, but first let me see. She should poison how she dressed me.
And with what wing the Daniel checks at it.
I may commend where I adore her. She commands me. She's my lady. I serve her. This is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. But the ending. What should I make that alphabetical position pretend to? If I can make that resemble something in me. Softly. M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make that up. He's not a cold sense.
Soda will cry upon it for all this, though it be as rank as a fox.
M. Malvolio, why? That begins my name.
Did I not say he would work it out? The cur is excellent at fault.
M. But then there's no consonancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
I, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, ho.
And then I come behind.
Aye, and you got an eye behind you, you might see more destruction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the former, yet to crush it a little would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. Softly, here follows prose. If this letter fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. For some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirits embrace them. To inure thyself what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slow, and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wish thee cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to thou art made if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still? A fellow of servants not willing to touch the fortunes of fingers? Farewell. She that would alter services for thee, the fortunate unhappy. Days and champions discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will read politic authors. I will wash away gross acquaintances. I will be point to buzz the very man. Now, I do not fool myself, let imagination jade me, for every one of these letters pretends to the fact that my lady, she loves me, oh my God! And this injunction, it drives me to the habits of her liking. Thank my stars, I am happy. I will be straight. I will be stout. I will wear cross-gartered and yellow stockings, even with the swiftness of being put upon. Here did a post-it. Thou not choose, but know I love. If thou entertainst my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Therefore, in my presence, smile often. Jove, I thank thee, I will smile. I will do everything that thou hast pertains to me. Ah!
I would not give my part of this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid for by the Sophie.
I could marry this wench for this device.
So can I too.
And ask with her no other dowry, but such another jest.
Nor I neither. Ah, here comes my noble gull catcher.
Wilt thy set thou foot on my neck?
Or I mine neither.
Shall I claim my freedom at tree trip and become thy bond slave?
In faith I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true, does it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
He will then see the fruits of this sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests, and he will smile upon her, which be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. You will see it. Follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.